everybody, and welcome back. Well, you're here just in time to help me pack for Russia. Remember, I applied for my Russian visa, I received my Russian visa, and I'll put that video about the process of applying for Russian visa in the description box below. But I did get the visa, and now I'm packing to leave. And while I'm away, I probably will not be posting or editing and posting a video about Russia until I return. But scamper over to Instagram, and if you don't follow the Style Chase on Instagram, please do, because I'm going to try to post on Instagram each day. We're going to keep our fingers crossed because it's going to depend on a lot of things like where I'm located and the Wi-Fi available, things like that. But I'm going to give it a try, and you can keep up with me along the trail from St. Petersburg to Moscow. And I just wanted to thank you for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. The first step I use when I am packing, especially for a long journey, is I start with a little list. Even though I pack basically the same thing for every trip, it depends on the weather, it depends on the location, what part of the world I'm going to be in, and what's acceptable there and what's not, and what I'm going to need, because there's nothing worse than getting somewhere and you haven't packed your essentials, and then you're out spending the first day or so shopping and missing out on all of the touring and all of the opportunities there are for that area. But the next thing I do is get out my rolling rack, because I start pulling clothes that I think I might want to wear, and then I can eliminate or add to that as I go along. But I found this rack at Bed Bath & Beyond. I have this rack, and I have a dual bar rack, and this is the box of the dual bar rack. It's from Bed Bath & Beyond. The dual bar was $79.99, and I think I bought that a couple of years ago. I bought this one, it's been longer than 2 years ago, so you just check with Bed Bath & Beyond, but that's a good place to start looking for one, because it really comes in handy, and you can fold them back down and put them away when you're not using them. But as you can see, I usually pack with a color palette in mind, and I'm just using black, beiges, whites, and off-white tops. You see that I have pants. I even have put in a couple little dresses. Here's a dress that is brown and black. Of course, that goes with everything. And then a little black dress, because you just never know what you might need. And then, of course, there's lingerie, skirts, and just a whole line of beige, off-white, white tops. And then I've thrown in a couple of pale blue, which will go with brown or black. And then on top of that, I usually will pack, let me go over here and get that. I will usually pack scarves. They may not be as on trend as I'd like them to be, but I don't want to take my good jewelry, so I usually add color with scarves. And then I'll always take a black pashmina, because that has a multitude of uses. And then colorful pashminas that I can add color to these outfits, especially if you go out in the evening and it's much cooler. Several items that I have found over the years to make things a lot easier when traveling outside of the United States are these little hangers that you get from the dry cleaners. You know, when you check into a hotel or you're on a cruise, they will provide you with 5 or 6 coat hangers, but I like a lot of coat hangers. So I pack these, take them, and I don't bring them back. I just leave them, but that gives you a little bit of wiggle room in the closet area, because you don't want to have to just hang out a couple of things at a time. So I like to hang a lot of things out so I can have some options. And then another item is when I have a long flight and I am planning to watch a movie, or I just want to cancel out the noise. I have a set of noise canceling headsets. These are Bose, and one thing I want to remind you of, only because I made this mistake so you won't have to, and that is to take your batteries out when you're not using them, because they will corrode in the headset. And these are not as easy to find as I thought they would be to replace my old ones, but I did find some because I was looking for any that were Bluetooth. I just wanted ones to plug in on the back of the seat in the plane and while I was in flight, and I did find these. These are Bose, and I'm trying to see if there is these are Bose Quiet Comfort 25 acoustic noise canceling headphones. So you might look for those if you don't already have any. If you don't have them though, check into them because it's a lifesaver on a long flight. Another thing that I take, and see, I use Ziploc bags by the boxes because when I'm traveling I can just see what's in the suitcase, in the bag, and this is a lifesaver. Excuse the rattling. These are adapters. If you don't have an adapter kit or adapters, those are adapters that I have picked up along the way that work with a lot of the Euro plugs. This is an extension cord. It's a Euro plug extension cord with the adapters, and it's a lifesaver also because if you're in a hotel, is the plug ever convenient? No, it's not. So I found the solution for that. And even in the United States, I just take one of those little 6 foot or 8 feet extension cords and just take it with me when I'm traveling, and that way wherever I want to plug something in, it's where I want to plug it in, not the 1 or 2 plugs that are in the hotel room. Then another item that I found, I use these little microfiber towels for my hair after I've taken a bath or shower. And the thing is, and that's not anything exceptional, is that I buy them in bright colors. The reason for that is, I have found, is another one of those, I made the mistake so you don't have to, is that if you take white, almost all hotels use white towels, and you're going to leave your microfiber towel in the hotel when you leave because you're going to be packing up ready to go. So I get the brightest ones I can find so that I will notice them when I'm leaving. And here's another item. Many times when I'm traveling, I don't like their coffee, but I do like tea. I drink cups and cups of tea. So I pack away in my little Ziploc bags, I pack away tea bags, teas that I like, and that way I feel at home, I feel comfortable, I'm good without coffee for a day. And then here is another Euro extension cord. I have one for everything. I have found that also if you go out of the United States very often, look for appliances that you use a lot. Hair dryers, curling irons with a Euro plug, and just keep them handy, and you won't have to have so many converters or adapters. Get your converter kit though, because most of the things we have in the States don't have the Euro plugs, and then you travel and you forget, oh darn, I did not bring that with the Euro plug, and then you could just convert it over and use it. Another thing that you might consider is currency. We're going to Russia, and of course they have the Russian ruble, and we have converted some of our cash to the Russian ruble so that we'll have it when we arrive. And of course you can go to the ATM and get more currency when you need it. However, I like to arrive with some on hand. Also, we have a connecting flight in Paris, so we have some leftover Euro from another trip and we're taking that. So if you want to pick up that coffee or a magazine, you have Euro in your pocket. So keep that in mind as well. And if you don't feel comfortable when you're traveling in terms of your safety, your surroundings, and carrying currency, we have found, and we found these on TravelSmith. This is a pouch that you can put on your belt. You put it through the belt, and then you can turn it over into your slacks, and you can keep your papers in it, or you can keep currency in it, whatever you find valuable. We usually make a copy of our passport, and then we put our passport in the safe at the hotel, but we carry a copy of the passport with us and then keep any currency we take with us for the day in one of these pouches. Or this pouch, you know, it hangs from your neck, so it works well in the winter or when you're in an area where you're wearing a jacket, and but it can be cumbersome. This one, however, no one would even realize you're carrying it. So you might look through TravelSmith. They have a website, and a lot of times they'll send you a catalog. If you've ordered once, you'll get catalogs for the rest of your life. But they do have these, and we found them very convenient. We always toss in a very lightweight backpack, because if you're going to take a day trip and want to take more than just the bare necessities, you can add a few more items. My husband carries it because he's my pack mule, but he doesn't mind. He'll take a lightweight one. We just don't want a heavy one. And then I have discovered something that I want to share with you. We have the really nice leather luggage that a lot of us have, but it weighs so much. And in the United States, when you're traveling, I believe the weight limit right now is 50 pounds. And if you are traveling outside the United States to Europe and maybe to South America as well, check with your travel agent. But anyway, the point is you have 75 pounds. Well, we have discovered that instead of using our nice leather luggage, we found this hard shell lightweight luggage. I don't know if you can see much of it, but it has the rollers. It is Revo, R-E-V-O. I honestly cannot tell you where we bought it. You might look it up online. It has lasted us, and I may be jinxing myself by saying this, but it has lasted us a very long time. It's been to China, to India, to Italy, to you name it, we've been there with that luggage, and we've each saved about 5 pounds in weight by using it. And that can come in handy if you find some shopping along the way and you don't want to overpack and pay that extra fee for your overweight. But you might check on that. And then also a lifesaver has been a digital scale. You can weigh your luggage before you leave, and then you don't get to the airport and find out you're 2 or 3 pounds overweight. And this was given to us as a gift. It's a Berkshire. I don't know where it was bought, but that too might be found online. It's Berkshire digital luggage scale, and that has been a lifesaver. Because if you're a little bit overweight, you can shift some weight around and put it on your carry-on or something like that. But if you're not aware of it, you don't know, and then you don't want to get in line at the airport, and then you have to do it. So now all I have to do is put my makeup and medications and maybe a change of clothes in my carry-on. So if I'm delayed and can't get to my luggage for a day or so, I have a few essentials. And I'm going to put all of these items in my luggage and weigh it, and then we're off to the airport and off to Russia. And I'm really excited about this trip because Russia has been on my travel destination list for a very long time. We're finally going, and if you want to keep up with me and go travel with me along the way, then jump over to Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I'm going to do my best to post every day. We will see. Now just maybe if you hold me to it, send me a message and remind me. And I'm going to post each day. And if you have not subscribed to the Style channel, please tap the subscribe button. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Bye.